Assalamu alaikum, respected students. How are you? Hope you are doing well at home. Well, let's get started. Lesson number 1 about IELTS speaking test. As you people know that there are 4 modules or 4 skills that would be assessed by the examiner. Remember, this is your speaking module that can be taken before your listening, reading and writing modules, or it can be taken after your listening, reading, writing exams. It can be held before 2 or 3 days, or it can be held after 2 or 3 days, and it can be held on the same day when you are going to take your listening, your reading and your writing skills test. It depends, okay, whether you appear from British Council or ITT, okay, it varies from city to city, center to center, but it's not a big deal, it's not a big issue. Okay, so let's get started. IELTS speaking. Okay, the question, are you afraid of IELTS speaking test? Really? Are you? You shouldn't. Believe me, this is the easiest test you are going to have as far as IELTS test is concerned. Ask me why. Okay, you don't have to be afraid or scared about the test. Practice. This is the only thing that can make you perfect. Find a speaking partner. It's very easy nowadays if you are using Facebook or WhatsApp. You may find a speaking partner request on your Facebook or WhatsApp. If you don't, just contact with me. I would provide you a speaking partner, both native or non-native. Okay, so there are lots of tips to use to kill the fear you have. Speak in front of the mirror, for example, okay. As I have written that in speaking test, you are going to face 12 to 15 minutes in front of the examiner. It doesn't matter, even you take your CD test instead of paper-based test. CTest means computer delivered test. Okay, listening, reading and writing would be done by computer, but for speaking test you have to go in person in the examination center. So there are 3 parts in your IELTS speaking test. Okay, 3 to 4 minutes for part 1, and the examiner would ask you some personal information and interview all about you, like let's talk about your family, let's move to the topic friendship, school life, leisure time, hobbies, movies, shopping. Okay, the examiner may ask you 2 or 3 topics in part 1, and please do remember this tip, this one. Answer the greetings. When you enter, as soon as you enter, the examiner is going to welcome you with good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Please do reply. This is the part of the test. I have seen most of the students do not greet, or there might be a cultural difference, like in Pakistan, when we meet someone we say Assalamu alaikum instead of good morning. So please, this is your speaking test and greeting is the part of your test. Have a smiling face, okay, and then I'm gonna ask you a psychological question, that why are you afraid of the test? The test is about you, about your favorite hobby, your favorite movie, your favorite historical place, your favorite cuisine, food, friends, birthday, hotels, parties, everything. about you. So just think that the test is all about me. Okay, let's move to the part 2. That is called cue card. Let me show you the example of the cue card. Here you can see, describe your favorite way to relax. You should say what is it, how effective it is for you, when and how you relax, and explain why you like this way to be relaxed. Okay, so the examiner is going to provide you a page like this. Remember, I have written 3 cue cards to save the page, but the examiner would write only 1 cue card in 1 page, and you would be given 1 minute to think and plan. You would be provided a page and pencil so that if you want to write or jot down something, you can. In cue card, this word is common. Okay, describe. Remember the difference between description and discussion. I will tell you in another video. Okay, let's say if the examiner asks you, describe your favorite hotel. Okay, so our students, the students of Pakistan and India or any other non-native country, they would not be able to speak for 2 minutes or more than 2 minutes. The only reason is that they do not plan before speaking. The reason is not that they do not well in English language. Okay, that might be a factor, but they do not plan. Like if we say describe your favorite hotel, the student says my favorite hotel is Franco's. I like it very much. The food is very tasty. I go there with my friends and family. Okay. Speak more? No. So the students would speak only 20 to 30 seconds if he does not plan. If I were you and I would be given a chance to describe a hotel, I would have started like this. I have visited many hotels in my life, but my favorite hotel is Franco's. Why I like this hotel? There are many reasons. First of all, it is located near to my house. Secondly, the food is delicious. Okay, you can find fast food, junk food, and your favorite Pakistani cuisine. Another reason, it's not very expensive. Okay, as a student you can afford it, but you cannot go there every day. Okay, usually I go there with my family because they have a separate family area. So this is their quality. They have kids corner as well, that if you have children they can go and play. The last reason is that you can easily park your car when you enter, and the way the waiters of the hotel welcome you, that is amazing, matchless. You feel yourself like a king. The best thing is that there would be pin drop silence, no music, no noise, and you can even hold a meeting, official meeting in this hotel. Another quality that this hotel has 4 to 5 branches in my city, Sialkot, and all the branches have ideal locations according to the surroundings. So if the students would describe a topic for 2 to 3 minutes, he is going to get 7+ score in his final exam. Let's talk about the part 3, follow-up questions. Remember one thing, that most of the non-native students are making a mistake. They are memorizing 2 or 3 sentences in the beginning of the cue card. For example, there are some students who would start their cue card with the conventional and formal speaking. I am very thankful to you. you have given me very interesting topic? No. I'm very grateful to you for this fascinating topic. Not at all. Please, in writing task 1 and 2, do not memorize anything. That would be negative. In speaking, do not speak memorized sentences. You are going to face music if you do this in the test. So, in part 3, the examiner would ask you 6 to 8 questions, okay, and using WH words, why, where, when, how. If the examiner is asking you more questions, be happy, don't be panicked, because the examiner is checking you to give you score 7, 7 plus or 8. It's good for you. Okay, please remember 3 tips that in speaking exams, you know more than the examiner about yourself. The exam is all about you. Describe your hobbies. Describe your ways of relaxation. Describe your favorite personality. Okay? The second tip. You can describe yourself, your favorite hotel, your favorite city, country, hobbies more and better than anyone. The last but not the least is speak more than the examiner. For example, in part 1, if the examiner asks you a question, do you like traveling? And you would answer, yes, yes I like, yes I do. You are not going to get 6 or 6 plus, because the examiner is using do you like traveling 4 words in one sentence, and you are answering yes, yes I do. Okay, you should have answered yes, I love traveling. Whenever I have free time, I love to travel around. I have visited many places and cities of Pakistan, and in future I am going to have an international traveling, that would be a business tour with my father. So you must speak more than the examiner in part 1 and in part 3. In part 3, the examiner is going to ask you about present, past, and the examiner would put you in future prediction, like, do you think in future people would have less time for their family? Why not? So, if the examiner has used 3 or 4 phrases to make a sentence, you have to speak more than the examiner. Okay. There are 4 official criteria in which the examiner is gonna score you. The first one is pronunciation. Okay, there is a difference in dialect, accent. There is no scope for dialect or accent, but whatever you speak, it must be understood at international level. Let me give you an example that the native speakers speak Bengali. In Pakistan we speak Balkani. Okay, it can be understood. It can be understood. It would be correct. We speak in English the month April, but in Urdu we speak April. It would be incorrect, because the examiner won't be able to understand it. So remember, whatever you are going to speak, that must be understood by the examiner. The second thing is vocab. Most of the students are struggling with vocab. They are using intermediate vocab, level 1 or 2 vocab in IELTS test. Let me give you an example. If your cue card is describe your favorite personality, and you would say that my father is my favorite personality, he is very good, he is very nice, he helps me. So you are using intermediate basic vocab. You must have spoken that my favorite personality is my father, he is loving and caring, he is a paragon of love, he is very kind, and he is very down to earth person, he is very nice, he loves to help the poor and the needy people whenever he sees someone in difficulty. So in this way, you can improve your vocab. Grammar. In writing task 1, in writing task 2, and in speaking. Yes, grammar matters a lot. For example, if the examiner would ask you a cue card, describe your last birthday. Last, remember, last. And if the student answers, I like to celebrate my birthday with my friends, we buy a cake, we enjoy in different way. Sometimes I enjoy my birthday at home, sometimes at hotel. No. Because you are going to describe this cue card in past. Well, usually I celebrate my birthdays at home, but last year I celebrated it in a hotel with my friends. I enjoyed a lot. My friends bought many gifts for me and we had a lot of fun. Had, bought, celebrated. We too. Past tense, second form of the verb. Okay, so fluency. Yes, there are some students who have to think in their native language and then they speak in English. That becomes a hindrance, a stumbling block, a barrier, an obstacle in the fluency, and that can reduce your score. Okay, we are going to have more videos in future. Take care of yourself, stay at home, stay safe. May God bless you. Thank you very much.